This is a review for the iRobot Roomba i7 and i7 Plus. The i7 Plus comes with a self-empty dustbin and a clean base, while the i7 does not. Otherwise, the two robots are essentially identical. The i7's airflow was measured at 8 CFM. Its suction was measured at 0.07 kPa. Unlike most other robot vacuums on the market, the i7 comes equipped with 2 brush rolls instead of 1. The additional brush roll improves surface agitation, but increases the surface area of the brush roll compartment, which effectively reduces the overall airflow and suction through the compartment. Largely because of its 2 brush rolls, and despite its low airflow and suction, the i7 picked up all debris types very well in our carpet stress test. The robot also uses a single side brush to pull debris from the perimeter of the robot into its direct cleaning path, and repeated movement over the same areas to clean up well in this test over time. Note that it repeats movement over the same areas as part of its normal cleaning pattern, but in this particular test, it also activated a special mode called Dirt Detect mode, which causes it to repeat even more movement over areas where it senses a high concentration of debris. Next up, we have our carpet deep clean test, in which the i7 picked up 6 grams of debris after 3 passes over an area of carpet embedded with 30 grams of fine debris. In our hard floor stress test, the i7 once again picked up all debris types very well. Again, it relies heavily on repeat movement over the same areas to clean up properly in this test over time. The i7 also performed very well cleaning edges. It cleaned especially well moving parallel to and close to the edge, using its side brush to pull debris out of the edge and into its direct cleaning path. The i7 did not perform well in our robot vacuum crevice test. Even after extensive runtime, it still could not pull most of the debris out of the crevice used for this test. In our human hair pickup test, the i7 picked up all the hair, but most of that hair wasn't pulled into its dustbin. 50 to 70% of the hair it picked up tangled around its side brush and around one of its brush rolls and had to be cleaned off manually, though it was very easy to pull the hair off of this brush roll because of its bristleless design. The i7 picked up and collected most of the shorter pet hair used for our pet hair pickup test, though there were several tufts of hair that it would just not pick up. This was a common issue for many of the Roombas we tested. They were really the only robot vacuums we tested that had any trouble at all in this test. It's unclear if it's low airflow and suction, their dual brush roll design, or simply a clearance issue that caused them to not perform as well in this test. We tested the robot's cleaning efficiency and coverage in 2 different environments, an empty room and a cluttered room. In our empty room testing, we see the i7's general cleaning pattern demonstrated very well. This robot uses a camera to navigate, which allows it to move in a precise row-by-row pattern as it cleans. Note though how the robot fails to get proper coverage in the areas immediately surrounding the clean base. Moving on to our cluttered room testing, we can see the i7 navigating well enough around all of the obstacles used for this test. It does once again, however, fail to get proper coverage in the areas immediately surrounding the clean base. Other important specifications and test results we considered for this review are summarized here. Note especially that this is a full-fledged mapping robot that has the ability to map multiple floors of your home. And using the iRobot companion app, you can label different parts of the generated map, set the robot to clean specific parts of the map, or set it to stay out of certain parts of the map. In the same chart, also note the i7's runtime, bin volume, and noise output, and how those specifications and test results compare to the average for all of the robot vacuums we've tested so far. Lastly, note the robot's diameter and height. These dimensions make the i7 an average size robot vacuum. Moving on to what we like and dislike about this vacuum, first let's talk about what we like. The i7 picks up most debris on most surface types very well. It also picks up edge debris very well. It picks up and actually collects longer hair in its dustbin better than most other robot vacuums we tested. And it's also much easier to detangle its brush rolls than it is to detangle the brush rolls of most other robot vacuums we tested. We also really like the self-emptying feature of the i7 Plus. Moving on to what we dislike about this vacuum, it did struggle a bit picking up shorter pet hair on hard surfaces. It also failed to get proper coverage around its clean base in both our empty room and cluttered room navigation testing. Another negative for the i7 is its short battery life. The robot will recharge and resume where it left off before needing a recharge, but if you have a large home, one complete cleaning cycle, including multiple recharges, may take a very long time. The i7 is also considerably louder than most other robot vacuums we tested, and there's no way to lower its noise output by reducing its suction. Lastly, both the i7 and the i7 Plus are also quite expensive. In terms of general recommendations, if you need a robot vacuum that comfortably picks up shorter pet hair, neither the i7 nor the i7 Plus are recommended. If this is not a priority, both the i7 and the i7 Plus are viable options. They're just not the best options because of the negatives we just covered. See the description of this video for purchase links for the i7 and the i7 Plus, as well as a link to the latest updated list of all of the robot vacuums we recommend. And thank you for watching.